Or
could do
3.
a lot more.
Yeah.
And you can go to,
all kinds of stuff with him.
yeah.
I wouldn't have to bring
He
a
could have played mini golf if he
I
was
know,
older.
right? He probably would have fucking loved it.
Yeah. I like doing
Sorry,
a lot.
I have like a really bad potty mouth. I try to stop cussing.
No, I don't mind. My dad like swears every second.
I don't even know where I get it from because my parents don't cuss. Like my mom
Yeah.
never cussed. My dad doesn't cuss. Like he'll say shit here and there, but me.
My brother, sister, and dad do, but me and my mom don't.
I'm like the most classiest. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I'm classy, but at the same time I'm not. Like.
Me, I'm like very tame and sophisticated, but also savage at the same time. You know what I mean?
I'm straight up a bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm mean. And like I get mad about every little thing.
I've seen.
But not recently.
I've seen ever since I've been friends with you on Snap, just tons of rants. I was like, this girl seems interesting.
All my 700 rants.
Yeah.
I've tried stepping away from Snapchat, like posting on my stories for a little bit because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I just don't have the extra time. Like
it's like a waste of time on social media.
Like I mean, I don't really answer anybody. Like a lot of people hit me up, I just don't answer.
Yeah.
Unless
they want to play mini golf with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I really just answer like all my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, me it's like I've just mainly been focusing on like my family and friends these days rather than like dates or whatever. Like for me I've just been very, very selective with who I would choose to go on a date with.
Oh yeah, me too. Like especially with my son, it's like don't get me wrong, like if it was like way back in the day, I would so hang out with some of the people, but like now it's like, would you be a good person towards my son? Would you do bad things or good things in front of him?
Yeah.
Like the guy that I used to talk to from Fall River, like don't get me wrong, I don't care if he smoked weed or whatever, or smoke like period.
Yeah.
But it was like, he used to like roll blunts right in front of my son, and I'm like, I know he's a baby and stuff, I was like, but I am not comfortable with that.
Yeah,
like, he's
good.
like, why? People smoke with their kids with them, and I was like, no! Like, you are not smoking in my bedroom with my son in here. I was like, if he, for some odd reason, has to get tested, like, if they test him for drugs in his poop,
that,
like...
And it's also just not good.
I was like, that's a DCF case, and I will lose my baby.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm not even smoking.
Yeah.
I was like, do not do that.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, Brittany, you're a strict parent. And I'm like, no, I'm looking out for my son.
Good parent.
My roommates used to smoke in the rooms, like, in all the rooms, and, like, it would end up coming to my room, and, like, my son got this awful cough, so now, like, there's something wrong with his lungs, and I was like, oh my god, please don't let this be from the smoking, please don't let this be. But I can't say anything because I was vaping, and I still vape.
Like vape weed or vape,
No, just regular vape. It doesn't have any nicotine in it.
Oh, okay.
It's because I used to smoke before I was pregnant.
I used to, there was a period of time where I used to use the, you know, the vape that does the clouds or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, that's what you have?
Mm-hmm.
But I had it with no nicotine though.
Yeah, I don't have nicotine.
Because I just like the flavor and stuff like that.
I don't have nicotine.
Yeah, I don't like nicotine.
It's just me trying to quit smoking.
Yeah. Just be careful with those, because there was some,
Don't tell me it's gonna, like, explode on me.
So I'll explain, just for your safety, is, some girl, or when you use it, one important thing is don't, like, if you have a battery from, like, a different brand, or whatever, and, like, put it on.
This is a rechargeable one.
Okay.
It doesn't have a battery.
Yeah. Well, meaning, like, if you, let's say, got it from a battery from a different, vape, and then you added it onto that, then that's dangerous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But another thing, too, is some girl I used to see, a lot of the, like, going back to the thing I was saying earlier, one of the reasons why I'm not seeing many girls anymore, for dates and being very selective is because, like, I've dealt with too many insane girls.
Oh,
So I'm
well,
like-
you might as well go ahead and drop me off.
Well,
Everybody
no,
tells me all the time that I'm
it-
crazy.
No, but you're probably nothing compared to these other girls, though.
What do you
Like,
mean? Well, if you talk to my baby daddy, he would say all kinds of shit that never happened. I
Yeah.
swear. He tells everybody I threw a knife at him, and I was like, Caleb, if I threw a knife at you, you would have gotten hit. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, you just missed terribly. And I was like, Caleb, I never threw a knife at you. And then he tried saying that I was trying to choke him one day, which is such a bullshit lie. Like, we
No
were
offense-
fighting.
No
and,
offense, but I don't know if that would make much effect.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
you're, like, small and everything.
like, I went to go give him a hug because we were fighting, and I went like this, and he literally threw me. I must have been like a couple weeks pregnant, and we just didn't know yet. And he was like literally threw me off
Savage.
the couch, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "You were gonna choke me." I was like, "Caleb, I was gonna hug you."
Yeah.
He was like, "You were gonna kill me," and I was like, "Why is this in your head that I'm gonna kill you?"
Cray. Yeah.
And then he said I was crazy because I threw all this stuff out of the apartment. Like, we used to fight bad, like really bad.
That's not fun.
He made me walk like 7 miles home one day. He
Mm.
didn't even text me and ask me if I was okay. Like, nothing.
Nice.
My phone was dead, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like half drunk. We had went to the bar.
That's savage.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
What does he do?
I don't know. He wasn't working when we were together. I was working. I was
That's
working
savage.
3 jobs.
So he was a bum.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's now having another baby with another girl.
Nice.
She's due any day now.
When is he gonna leave her?
Right.
That's a real question.
Apparently they're engaged and getting married.
When's,
And it's-
when's the divorce gonna happen?
Right. And it's my fault that Caleb doesn't get to see Grayson
Why did you all break up?
because we just fought so much. We fought every day
Yeah.
because so I worked a night shift and then I would work during the day.
Yeah.
So I really didn't have much time to see him, which sometimes happens in relationships when you're working 3 jobs
Yeah.
and pulling doubles, and I was a CNA, so it was like, if I
Right.
got called in, like, and they didn't have anybody to work, like, they needed somebody, you know? So I'd always take the shifts on my days off. Anyways, I would go in at like 10 o'clock at night, and I lived like 5 minutes down the road from my job, my nighttime job. And he'd be like, yeah, I'll be there at like 6. And I'm like, okay, cool, like we can spend time before you go into work. And he's like, yeah. So it's like 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, Caleb, where are you? And he's like, oh, I stopped at one of my buddy's house. I'm sorry, I'll be there in a minute. And I'm like, what the hell, Caleb?
Yeah.
It was like an every night thing that he
And
would
he
do.
wasn't working?
No, like he'd be sitting in my apartment getting stoned all night, playing Xbox, sleeping in my bed, like all day, eating and drinking all my food, like having his friends over while I was at work, like going to parties while I was at work, like.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So it just ended up turning into fights, and I ended up was like, look, Caleb, like you gotta get out if you're not gonna help me with rent or electricity, and all you're
Or
gonna
anything.
do is smoke weed. Like get a job. If you don't get a job, we're done.
Yeah.
And he
And
was
he
like,
didn't?
no, he got a job for a little bit, but like we were pretty much on the rocks by then.
Okay.
Like we kept trying to fix things, but it was like he didn't want to, and then it was like we finally had fixed things, and I was like, why don't you just come move back in? Like you're working, like it'll be good for us. And he's like, no, I'm not moving back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then it was like randomly where he just broke up with me, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to be tied down. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. We were still friends, and we were still hanging out and stuff because we were gonna have a baby together.
Yeah.
And then it was like all of a sudden he started dating this new girl.
Ooh.
And I was like, Caleb, like people were telling me that she had like AIDS and STDs and like all this other craziness. And I
Yeah.
was like, Caleb, I'm just telling you what people told me. Like, I'm trying to look out for your well-being. And she ends up cussing me out.
Getting triggered and possessive.
And I was like, look, like, I was just trying to tell Caleb to be careful. Like, I don't care that y'all are together. Like, that's his thing, whatever. And she was like, come to my job and fight me. And I was like, I am like 7 weeks pregnant. I know that's not much, but like, I am pregnant. It was crazy. Like, the whole Virginia thing was just so crazy. Like, they're still mad at me because I didn't get a DNA test done the day after Grayson was born. And I was like, the hospital said no. That they couldn't do a DNA test.
Why
there.
they don't believe you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because she put it in his head that it's somebody else's.
Yeah.
And that he looks like him, and he doesn't. He looks just like me.
Yeah.
He's my twin, ups and down.
It's crazy.
I don't know. They're just whack.
When did that relationship end?
Last year? Last May?
Nice. My recent relationship was July till September. And the one before that was 2 years that ended in February 2019. Yeah. That was my longest relationship. She was cray cray. Real cray. And then the recent one, it ended really weirdly. It was really weird. Oh my god. Then she tried getting back together. So that recent one, we met from online dating, but she grew up in Waltham but lives in Billerica. So like she knows people I know, vice versa, whatever. But we matched on like dating on like Tinder like 4 years ago or whatever, but we never met. And so then I suddenly hit her up on social media last summer, so then we decided to meet. And we clicked, and then like a week after we met, she like asked if I wanted to get in a relationship with her. And I said, I've only known you for like a week in person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I said I'd most likely be down in like a few months or whatever, but there's no rush. And then a week later, she asked, like, how about an open relationship? And I was like, you know what, I never tried that before, and that doesn't take much commitment, so I'll try it. So we tried that. It gets weird. So, she is like a big hippie kind of girl. Like, real hippie-like, and goes to these festivals these hippie festivals that are like in random state forests. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's called what's it called? The Rainbow Gathering.
No.
So like it's basically all these hippies that like say like a week before, oh, go to this random state forest and we'll just set up tents there and like play music on our guitars or whatever and do psychedelics or whatever, like cringe stuff like that, you know? Yeah, so like she met some guy at the New Hampshire festival for that, and he's 28, and this girl, Carrie, she's 1 year younger than me, 23, and she was like telling me about like how she was really into this guy, blah blah this that, and we only had 2 rules for our open relationship. 1 is don't get emotionally invested in anyone else, and 2, use protection no matter what with anyone else.
Sorry, hold on.
That's alright.
I just got an answer about this car seat.
Yeah.
Bless you, baby.
Is it too cold in here?
No, I'm good. Sorry, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, so, damn, I'm hyped for the mini golf though. I hate
Yeah,
how
me
it's
too.
like,
It's
we
like
barely
anticipation.
moved. Yeah. Did you eat lunch?
Have I? No.
Oh, I'm hungry. We could get something before we start the mini golf.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Um,
Okay, so I'm gonna be like straight up with you
Yeah.
because I feel like this is something that you should know.
Yeah.
But the reason why you couldn't come back to where I live at is because I currently moved back into a shelter
Yeah.
for pregnant people and people with babies, and the only reason why I did that is because
It's just
one,
easier
I get I get housing really quick with it,
Yeah.
and two, I get whatever I need for my son for free. Like I don't have to pay anything,
Yeah.
and they're like really good resources for so much stuff. Like
Yeah.
I consider it as a program. Like I have my own room now. Like I'm technically senior resident, so
Yeah.
I have to do all extra stuff, which is why it took me so long to get ready. Was because a girl just came back with her baby and just
Yeah. No, that's completely fine.
so I mean, so there's like technically rules, which is why like I said to me at the train station, guys aren't supposed to know where the house is. Like,
Yeah.
and I just didn't want to get in trouble and whatnot.
No, that's completely fine. I don't mind.
But yeah, so that's my living situation.
Yeah, me, I'm a very honest person, so if there's anything you'll ever need to ask about me or whatever, I'll tell you the truth, you know?
No, I mean I just feel like instead of just saying like I have to be home by 9 for my son, like I'm just gonna be straight up like I have to be 9 because I